Pokemon Go Fest isn't over, and we have possibly the biggest Pokemon ever coming to Pokemon Go. Largest. Crazy. Several years ago, we had a new concept introduced into the game called Ultra Unlocks, where basically during Pokemon Go Fest, we completed challenges as a community, and if we completed them, we unlocked extra bonus events that happened after Go Fest. Well, we've got an announcement for 2 of these follow-up events, and a 3rd event that technically continues Go Fest into August. Okay, so let's start with the first one, Hisuian Zorua emerging in the Ultra Unlock Hisui celebration. Hisui, whatever. This event is going on from Tuesday, July 8th at 10 a.m. to Sunday, July 13th at 8 p.m. local time, and we have obviously a couple brand new Pokemon debuting, including Hisuian Zorua and Hisuian Zoroark, which are 2 amazing looking Pokemon, so very excited to get them in the game finally. It's going to only cost 50 candy to bring a Zoroark over to Hisuian Zoroark. And how will this brand new Pokemon perform in-game? It's going to be like 2907 max CP. It's a normal and ghost type, which is kind of a cool dual typing, but most likely, unless something insane happens, this is going to only really be relevant maybe in PvP, depending on its moves. So, although raids are definitely fashionable again because of the remote raid pass limit being doubled to 10, you're probably not going to use this in raids. It will be a great shiny hunt though, but I don't think the shini's coming out for this event. Also, for the first time in several years, we've got what's called space-time anomalies. If I remember correctly, the last time we had this were the Ultra Beasts in Go Fest 2022, 23. What the official announcement says is keep an eye on the sky for mysterious phenomena appearing during this event. Space-time anomalies are connecting our world to the distant past, and you might encounter different Pokemon when they appear. I will say, during the space-time anomalies, the last time that we had them, we had Origin Form Dialga and Palkia in raids while the anomaly was happening. So, we also know that we're going to have an Origin Form raid day coming up pretty soon here, which might coincide with the event. We might get Origin Form Dialga and Palkia coming back to raids during the space-time anomalies, which would be a huge bonus. So keep an eye out for that. But it most likely will definitely impact the spawns. Event bonuses for this event include 4 times XP for catching Pokemon. Yes, 4 times XP and 4 times Stardust. So if you're someone like me who spent all of their Stardust during Pokemon Go Fest, this is absolutely a way to refresh your Stardust. And if you're somebody who is still on your way to level 50, this is a great way to go out and use, Great Balls, excellent everything, and get 4 times catch XP. This is a ridiculous event for catching Pokemon and getting XP. You also will have an increased chance to encounter shiny Hisuian Voltorb and shiny Hisuian Quillfish. Also an increased chance of getting shiny Unknown U from raids. Yes, for the first time in a long time, we've got Unknown Shiny coming back to the raids. And there's going to be a special collection challenge to complete too. Now, wild encounters include Zubat, Hisuian Voltorb, Magikarp, Hisuian Quillfish, Starly, Croagunk, Petilil, Hisuian Zorua is in the wild, Rufflet, Bergmite, and if you're lucky, you might get a Larvitar or a Bagon. So some really, really good wild spawns. Everything can be shiny except Hisuian Zoroark. We've got some good spawns, including Sneasel, Larvitar, and Bagon, which will be more rare in the wild with, again, those boosted shiny rates on Hisuian Voltorb and Hisuian Quillfish, which will both be in the wild. As for the raids, 1-star raids will have Hisuian Growlithe, Unknown U, and Hisuian Sneasel, and again, the Unknown U in the 1-star raids will have boosted shiny rates. 3-star raids will include Hisuian Braviary, Hisuian Avalugg, Weirdeer, and Cleavor, all of which can be shiny. And then there's going to be special field research, collection challenges, and all that kind of fun stuff. So no extra information on if we can expect Origin Form Dialga or Palkia during the space-time anomalies in the raids, but fingers crossed. And we actually have another Ultra Unlock that has been announced, the Ultra Unlock Steel and Scales, which is going on from Tuesday, July 22nd at 10 a.m. to Sunday, July 27th at 8 p.m. local time. And we've got a couple more Pokemon coming out that are brand new during this event, Honedge, Doublade, and Aegislash. It'll take 25 candies to evolve Honedge to Doublade and 100 Honedge candy to evolve Doublade into Aegislash. And then in Pokemon Go, Aegislash is going to be a pretty cool dual Steel and Ghost type, but it's going to max out at 1800 CP. So it might be good for the Great League, but it's going to be a little boy. All right, event bonuses as well. 4 times catch Pokemon or catch XP 4 times catch Stardust, so just crazy, crazy vibes there. An increased chance to encounter shiny Beldum and shiny Bagon, which is very, very cool, and same increased chance of shiny Unknown U in raids. Also a pretty cool thing here, as you're gonna see, Honedge is not gonna be available in the wild, but you can get it for free by doing the Go Battle League, because Honedge will be in the rank 6 and above rewards, and it's going to be more frequently appearing, obviously, in the premium track if you use the passes. And then after this event is over, you can still encounter Honedge in the Go Battle League. It just will be starting at rank 16, and it will keep appearing more frequently in the premium track. So the fact that this is being released through the Go Battle League is making me assume this might be pretty good in the Great League PvP. So keep an eye out for that. Wild encounters include Magnemite, Dratini, Aeron, Bagon, Beldum, Ferroseed, Noibat, Rookie D, which can be shiny, Axu, and Gumi. So some big, awesome wild spawns there. And again, boosted shiny rates on Bagon and Beldum, which are both very good. In the raids, in the 1-star raids, we're gonna have Unknown U with the boosted shiny chance, Gible, Clink, Dino, and Honedge. It's kind of interesting seeing Gible, Clink, and Dino back in the 1-star raids after having them in so many events recently where we get them shiny in the wild, because the 1-star raids is like kind of where these Pokemon originally were. So they're back. And then Honedge is also in the 1-star raids. So if you don't want to PvP for it, you could get it in the raids. Then in the 3-star raids, we've got Skarmory, Bisharp, Dragalge, and Turtonator. Skarmory and Turtonator are the ones that can be shiny. And of course, we've got field research challenges, tasks, and collection challenges. And you might be able to get Honedge from field research. We'll have to see. But that is the second Ultra Unlock event. And as stated at the beginning of the video, Pokemon Go Fest is not over, because we have the Max Finale coming in August 23rd and 24th. So this is kind of another Pokemon Go Fest weekend event, which I can't wait to see what happens. Currently, right now, we don't have a ton of information for the Max Finale. I will say, make sure you're following or are subscribed, because once we do have the information for it, I will be releasing that right away. What we do know, though, August 23rd and 24th is when it's happening. It was teased that you should prepare while you can, because the countdown to something big is starting. And then we've got some teasers that reveal a new Pokemon coming to the game. For one, something big is coming, is big, right? For two, when you look at the screenshot, this screenshot specifically, or the video, you can see there's a big white light coming out from this distorted place in the clouds. That's a big hint. And then when you look at the logo itself, the Go Fest logo, you can see there's a new design. There's kind of purple color. It's got like, kind of like ribbed, what do you call it? Like vibes on it, or like a design on it, which is exactly how Eternitus looks. Yes, Eternitus, if you're from the South, I guess, is coming to Pokemon Go. What we assume is, we're assuming it's coming to Pokemon Go during the August 23rd to 24th Pokemon Go Fest Max Finale event. Eternatus, by the way, is going to be one of the craziest Pokemon in Pokemon Go. It is a dual poison and dragon type with a max CP of 5,007. So it's not the highest CP Pokemon in the game. That's obviously Zacian right now, like Crown Zacian, but 5,007 CP as a dragon poison is crazy. And it's got an Eternamax form, which is, I'm assuming, how this will be released in Pokemon Go. Most likely it's going to be like some extra spawns and raids and eggs and stuff happening during the weekend, plus like not Gigantamax raids, not Dynamax raids, Eternamax raids, where you can get this. And the max CP for Eternamax Eternatus is 9,255, which is crazy. So it's going to be a monster in the Dynamax and Gigantamax and Eternamax raids. This is assuming that we're going to get this in Eternamax raids, and it's not just like coming to normal raids, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be Eternamax. But this will be like the highest CP Pokemon I think ever released in Pokemon Go, although you'll only be able to use the Eternamax form, obviously in Dynamax and Gigantamax raids. But still very cool. So fingers crossed for that, and get ready for that coming in August. And then we've got one more event announcement today. We've got the Water Festival event coming back to Pokemon Go. This is always a fun event every year. Water type Pokemon are great, and we've got some fun ones releasing during this. The Water Festival is happening Tuesday, July 15th to Sunday, July 20th. And for the first time ever, Tatsugiri is coming to Pokemon Go. And it's being released just like Paldean Tauros was. Tatsugiri has a couple of different forms, and they will be released regionally. Curly form Tatsugiri will be in Europe, Middle East, and Africa, droopy form Tatsugiri in the Americas, and stretchy form Tatsugiri in Asia Pacific. The bonuses for the event include rainy lure modules will last for 2 hours, increased candy for nice throws or better, increased chance of encountering a shiny Staryu or a shiny Tortuga, very rare, Tortuga, and there's going to be a Lapras wearing a scarf in raids, and you can get a special background on it if you're lucky. The special backgrounds, man, that is the next thing. It's funny, it's Scopely now. Pokemon Go keeps looking for new ways to keep us spending, and back in the day it was just wild spawns, and then it was shiny Pokemon, and then it was shiny costume Pokemon, and then it's now shiny costume background Pokemon. So they just keep adding things. Hey man, it works, dude. I'm gonna be raiding. In the wild for this event, we'll have Squirtle, Slowpoke, Krabby, Staryu, Magikarp, Marill, Barboach, Clamperl, Weasel, Finneon, and Wimpod. So obviously, water-type Pokemon spawning during the water-type event. And then if you're lucky, so the more rare spawns, Lantern, Phoebus, Palpitoad, and Tortuga, with a boosted shiny rate again on Staryu and Tortuga. Tortuga, by the way, very rare shiny, so it's cool that it's boosted. And then we've got the raids. This event is very raid heavy. In the 1-star raids, we've got Shelder, Ducklet, and then Tatsugiri will be in raids. It's exactly how Paldean Tauros was released in Pokemon Go, so unfortunately you cannot get Tatsugiri in the wild, this feels like an easy wild Pokemon, but that's just how it is for this event. So curly form Tatsugiri again will be in raids in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Droopy form Tatsugiri will be in raids in the Americas, and stretchy form Tatsugiri will be in raids in the Asia Pacific region. Also in the 3-star raids, we've got Kingler, Gyarados, Lapras wearing a scarf, which could have a special background, and a Azumarill. That's just so funny that they're giving Lapras a special background. Okay. Also, we've got field research tasks where you can get Mega Energy encounters, which is great, or Mega Energy, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon. Fingers crossed, there's going to be a field research task where you can get a Tatsugiri encounter that doesn't require you to do a bunch of raids. So you might be able to get the Tatsugiri outside of raids. Usually they have that. There's also a $5 paid time research that gives you a rainy lure module, an event avatar pose, and encounters with event-themed Pokemon, including Gyarados, Lapras wearing a scarf, and more. Is that worth $5? If you want it, I guess. And then some really cool in-game cosmetics that they're adding are Tatsugiri backpacks, which is really cool. So as you can see, this is what they look like. So kind of a fantastic addition. And then of course, as always, there is a collection challenge to complete with that too. So some really big, really exciting things coming to Pokemon Go, but if you want to see something even more exciting, there's a video on screen or linked in the description below that you should click next to keep this party going. I'll see you in there. Thank you for watching.